Everybody, this is Dr. Tamara Allen here with the Fanpreneurs at Investfest, and I'm with two of my most favorite people in the world, the Dolce brothers, Herman, Haitian CEO, and Kevin from 1990. Oh, wait a minute, I said that wrong.
No, you said it right.
That's absolutely right.
Okay.
That's absolutely right.
All right. Look, these brothers are really helping the community. As a matter of fact, Herman, Haitian CEO, is one of our sponsors of our booth here at Investfest, so we appreciate your...
It was absolutely my pleasure to participate and sponsor in such an amazing business and family franchise.
Thank you so much. It wasn't everything that you thought it was going to be.
And more. This booth is crazy at Investfest 2023. Congratulations, Dr. T.
Thank you so much.
The theme over here is amazing. You guys were going for Bridgerton, right?
Correct.
Oh, I like that.
The Masquerade Bridgerton, Black royalty, family. And that's what's really important. That's why I'm so glad that you guys are sitting here with us today, because you guys are in this, you have your family unit, but yet you have your own individual businesses as well. So who started it first? Who started the business first?
So I started my business first, but the idea actually came from my brother. So my wife, Janelle, shout out to Janelle, was pregnant with Bella. We went on a 2-week vacation in Italy. It was a baby moon, because I knew it was the last time I was able to have a good time before the baby come. I got back, I used all my vacation time, and I was really upset because now I couldn't take off to be with Bella. And my brother told me, he's like, listen, he's like, he heard it too, so he gave me the message. He's like, listen, unless you own your own, you'll never be free. So he's like, listen, whatever you're passionate about, whatever you're good at, you should get paid for it.
That's fast.
So I was fixing people credit for free, and he was like, no, they're going to pay somebody, they might as well pay you. And that was the genesis of Bella Stone Enterprises.
Wow. And you named it after your baby girl?
I named it after my first girl, Bella, yes.
That's awesome. And Kevin, what made you decide to start the business?
So I was working in corporate America for about 8 to 10 years. And being in corporate America, it really allowed me to see what we could do as our own individual business owners. I always realized that I was just a number. I was bringing in massive deals for different corporations, working with the biggest brands globally. And I realized, like, man, I could do this for myself and I can bring in the same amount of money. And when I was working with these companies, I was working on different mergers and acquisition deals. I was looking at the figures. I was learning how to set up these organizations. And when I was learning how to set up these organizations, I realized that it was a niche in our community where people aren't being educated on how to properly set up a business, how to even get started, how to write a business plan, what's an EIN number, hell, what's an LLC? So the basic knowledge that we need for us to be successful, I knew that was an empty spot within our community, and I wanted to fill that in immediately.
Absolutely. So do you guys work together at all? I mean, you have separate individual businesses, but do you guys work together?
So like I say this, me and Herman are a well-oiled machine, right? They come to me, they set up their businesses the right way, they go to Herman and they go and get the funding. Literally, awesome. We just feed off of each other all day.
That's awesome.
And under the umbrella of that, a lot of people are like, hey, why don't you guys do something more public in terms of your synergy and relationship? So everybody knows me as a guy that has 77 LLCs. Well, we started another one together. It's called the Brotherpreneurs.
The first ones to hear it.
I knew you would appreciate it.
Brotherpreneurs. You guys are the first ones to hear it.
Yeah, I knew you would appreciate it.
Yeah. And you guys can't steal that because that is trademark.
That's awesome. When did you guys start that?
When did we start that? 2 years ago?
2 years.
That's 2 years.
We've just been building it out, waiting for the right time. And you know, the timing is here.
You get the exclusive.
Yep, you got the exclusive.
That's amazing. And you know, because, you know, my two sons, they're very close. You know what I'm saying? Together. I mean, you can't see one without the other. And it seems like that's the same way with you guys.
Absolutely.
As well. So what is it like working together as a family?
We argue a lot. Full transparency. We argue a lot, but we understand because we're both business owners. So we always want the best for our clients.
That's right.
Before we even think about each other, we want the best for our clients and how we can deliver the best products for our clients. So if a deliverable isn't being met, Herman turns into the older brother and the CEO at the same time. And if a deliverable isn't being met, vice versa, I'm turning into the annoying little brother.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm talking to my son. That's so cool, because when I sit up and look at my sons, and you know, we've been in business since they were 6 and 8. They're 26 and they're 28 right now.
Wow.
And
Wow, congratulations.
And it was crazy because when Daddy died of COVID, my ex-husband and their dad, and then I almost died the following year. He died in 2020, and in 2021, I was hospitalized for almost a month with COVID as well. And so if we didn't have certain things in place, we wouldn't be where we are now, per se. And so for them to get close together, and then at the time, my current husband, who had got hurt on the job, got addicted to pain medication. So everything was happening all at the same time.
Right.
I'm very transparent about who we are because we have to be authentic about who we are. And, you know, everybody thinks that, oh, everything is great. No, everybody goes through some kind of hurdle, okay, in their family. When you're in business, how do you, as a family business, overcome situations?
So, man, that's another hour. But so I'll give you something right now. So our father is total care right now. He had a stroke like 8 years ago, and he's declining, and we got to keep him comfortable until God says it's time, right? So literally, we started funeral arrangements like 2 weeks ago, right? Now, I think that the answer to your question is preparation and discipline, right? Because some days are good, some days are bad in business and in personal life, but being prepared as much as possible, setting up systems, right? Having the right people and circle around you to ensure that your business can be successful outside of you.
Yes.
Is the key to that type of success.
So your company is running like a well-oiled machine because you have systems in place. You have the amazing now CEO Damaris.
Yeah,
Okay.
CEO.
All right, she's amazing.
She's amazing.
She's absolutely amazing. So do you have systems behind or a virtual assistant or anything like with yours, Kevin?
I do. So I have different virtual assistants that do help with my company. Right now, 1990 has gone through a transition. We're transitioning to a SaaS company, subscription-based company, similar to LegalZoom and Rocket Lawyer. So this is all part of my exit strategy to be bought out eventually.
That's amazing. So
Scaling substantially.
because a lot of people think they have to continue to keep working their job, you know, or their business. And the whole goal is to sell your business and have other things going on.
Exactly.
So 78 LLC.
Right.
How many LLCs do you have?
Oh, man, I don't have as much as Herman. Herman's been building it out. What I do have is holding companies and subsidiary companies underneath. One of my newest ones, which I just launched and announced this week, is Taste. It's Taste Cheesesteak Bar. So we're opening up a cheesesteak bar to pay homage to the city of Philadelphia. It's in downtown Center City. It's amazing.
Amish City.
Yes. Yes. Downtown Center City. It's called Taste Cheesesteak Bar. We're going to be serving every type of cheesesteak from oxtail cheesesteak to Wagyu to tomahawk. It's going to be amazing.
And vegan.
And vegan.
Vegan option.
Portobello mushroom cheesesteak. It's going to be amazing. Yeah.
And I keep telling Alex he needs to go ahead and do his, you know, which is the fried rice shop.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. You know, I keep saying, dude, you need to do that. You know, because they both cook. I don't even cook anymore because they both cook. I got to do that. They're like, Mom, you need to cook. No. Why do I need to cook when y'all cook gourmet? I don't have to do anything. But it's great to see, you know, every time I see you two. Because Herman, you know, I was following everywhere you go. I was like, Herman, where you go?
Yes.
For a year and a half, I was like, okay, I'm learning from Herman.
This game. Yes.
But what would you tell a person, and I need to ask you as well, when they're trying to fix their credit and obtain an LLC, about them getting funding? Because a lot of people think they don't need their personal credit straight in order to get funding. What do you tell them?
Can I answer this first? So for individuals like that, I'm going to speak on LLCs or Herman speak on the funding side. I think a lot of people, their main issue is that they think that they need good credit to get an LLC, right?
Right.
You don't need good credit to register your business. That's not a thing. Registering your business should always be a priority, especially if you have an idea in place, right? During the process and during the age of you building out your LLC, you can get your credit fixed at the same time.
Right.
Herman could jump into that and give more synergies on why that's important with having that LLC registered and then allowing it to age during that period.
Absolutely.
To answer your question, I want to give it a longer explanation. Somebody once asked me, if I lost everything, how can I start all over? And I said, with my credit. So if Bella Sloan went bankrupt tomorrow or I failed at it, because I have good credit, I get one of my old LLCs, or I start up a new one, and I can go to get a bank, and because I got good credit, I can leverage between $25,000 and $50,000 to start all over and start another business.
Wow.
Right? So that's how important having a good credit is, having a LLC that's structured properly, because now we're talking 5-figure seed money from one bank, and you can go to several banks to get money. So say if there's one bank gets you $10,000, go to another bank, get another 10, and another bank, get another 10. Now you have $30,000 to start your business, 0% interest or up to a year. That's how you can start all over. I can't tell you how many people come home from prison, right? Because they were watching us while they were locked up. They have a year-old LLC and they got good credit. And now they got 30, 40,000 to start their lives all over again.
Wow.
I can tell that story 100 times.
It's an amazing feat. Yeah, sure.
So, being that you're brothers, do you guys have family meetings?
Oh, God. I feel like every Sunday at my house, because everybody comes to my house and we have dinner. My mom cooks dinner and we have these family meetings for many reasons. Vacation. What are we going to do with dad? What are we going to do with moms? We're going through a bittersweet moment right now because, again, we're taking care of dad's funeral arrangements right now. Just to be prepared, right?
Correct.
It's got to be prepared. But at the same time, what are we planning? My mom's 70th birthday party.
So awesome. A little bit of celebration.
Right.
Yeah, because the one thing that's tried and true, and people sometimes don't believe it. I said we have a meeting every single Saturday at 10 a.m.
Wow.
And they're like, are you serious? We have a business meeting and we have a family meeting every Saturday. I mean, and then you've seen us, heard of it. We travel together. We do everything together. Right. Okay? And that's because, like you, just like you guys do the exact same thing. You party together. It's like, how would it feel if you're doing well and he wasn't? That makes no sense to like. So we have family therapy, okay? Because you got to work out what's going on. Like you say, y'all argue, we do too. I have to take my mom hat off, okay? Yeah. Because I'm dealing with two men. I'm not dealing with babies anymore. They're grown men, so I have to respect them and such. So I allow them to be in their own, so I can sit back. Like, okay, because you're big now. I'm not mom. I'm your partner. Okay? I'm your partner. But yet still, every now and then, I may have to pull the trump card. I say, I got a little bit more experience than you. And I'm not saying that the new way is not a great way. But let's keep it, we always work with integrity. That's a big thing for me.
Yeah. They'll always be your baby, so.
Always.
They don't understand that. They don't understand.
They don't want to understand that until they have their own.
Right. I said, you're always my baby, no matter what's going down. I'm always going to be Mama Bear, okay? But I will say it's been an amazing experience to be in business with my sons as adults. I'm just like, wow. Sometimes they try to act like they're my daddy. I'm like, look, my father's Chicago, okay? All right, but I wanted to ask you, Kevin, wait a minute, Herman, does all of these 77 LLCs have funding?
All of them. So not all of them. That's what you guys said. Maybe about 20 of them. Wow. Other 50 from when I need them. So somebody will come in here with an idea. Hey, Herb, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, great. Let me go fund this LLC that's sitting in my drawer right now. I can get $30,000 for it real quick. And I use that and invest in a company, get some equity in that company. Or, oh God, we're going to go down the rabbit hole. I can take 30, 40 grand and put it into a life insurance policy.
Come on now.
The capital is there to make moves.
It's put on a shelf and it's being built out.
So you talk about shelf corporations all the time, okay? Why should somebody get a shelf corporation?
So the purpose people should get a shelf corporation is many different reasons. One of them is to allow you to get more in funding, right? More funding from different banks, more financial institutions. They like working with companies that are aged out. Companies, they think that you're more experienced in that realm. Different private investors, different equity companies. They want to look at a company that's seasoned versus a new startup company. How can I trust you and you've only been in business for a month? How can I trust you and you've been in business for 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years? I'm going to go with the business and I'm going to lend the business money and I'm going to lend the owner money. Correct. They've been in business longer. They're seasoned.
Wow.
So that's why we say seasoned shelf ports. That's the way to go.
Is it hard changing over the EIN number? Do you have to change the EIN number when you take over a shelf?
So when you're taking over a shelf, my biggest recommendation is to change over the EIN.
That's what I said.
The age doesn't follow the EIN number. The age follows the LLC. So you can amend the name of the shelf corporation to a name of your choice, get a new EIN number, and the age sticks with the actual shell corporation.
Did you hear that, Jim?
That's game right there.
Yep.
Did you hear that, Jim? Well, before we close out, what would be 3 major important steps that a brand new person, a person that's working on their credit, and a person who wants to acquire a LLC, what would be the main, and then giving a funding that you think a person can use?
So 3 important things that I would give a new entrepreneur wanting to start a business. One of them would be, of course, opening up your LLC, opening up a business, opening up a corporation. There's differences. You have your domestic limited liability companies and you have your domestic corporations. Figuring out which one best fits for you. Just doing your due diligence on that. Of course, getting your LLC, of course, getting your EIN, setting up the business properly, having your operating agreement, having your shareholder agreements if you're a corporation, just making sure those systems are in place. Then I would recommend them getting a business plan. Even if you have the right business plan yourself, no company can be successful without foundation, without a blueprint, without a skeleton. Our bodies, we're made out of skeleton, minerals, bones, muscles, skin. That's what makes us up. Organs, that's what makes us up. But the foundation is the skeleton. So you want to make sure you have that foundation right.
And with ChatGPT being out, it can help you with a business plan.
Exactly.
You know, so what are your tips?
So some tips I would give you is number 1, you can call up each credit reporting agency. And a lot of people don't do this. Clean up the demographic information that's on your credit. What do you mean? So my name is Herman Dolce Jr. But on my credit report, it has all these variations. Herman Dole, Herman Dolce, has my old addresses. It has my old employers on there. I cleaned up my old addresses, so there's only one on there. And all my old people I used to work for, I cleaned up all of those, so it only says on my credit report, works with Bellasone Enterprises. What that does is, it looks great to anybody that's trying to lend me money that, hey, he's been at the same address for a long time. Correct. Oh, he hasn't had 100 jobs. He'd have 1. So that's a little tip that actually makes your credit profile look better. Number 2, start relationships with your lenders. I tell people that my banks are my first business partners. So I want to look good to my business partners and I want to start a relationship with them. So I open up a business checking and a business savings account.
Absolutely.
I fund the account, put a couple of dollars in there before I even ask them for credit.
Absolutely.
And like Kevin said about a plan, we can give all these notes, we can give all these games on this amazing podcast, but tip number 3 is, if you don't execute, the paper is smarter than you are.
Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Y'all hear that? This is the reason why we partner with them. Okay? This is the reason why. Because they give great game. So what is your social media handle?
So you can find me at Haitian_CEO, a lot of spam pages, but it's Haitian_CEO on Twitter, on Instagram, on Threads, on TikTok. We're everywhere. We look forward to being of service to all of you.
And you can find me at kevinj.dulce. You won't find a lot of spam pages because I am verified. So look for the blue check when you look at my name, kevinj.dulce on Instagram, on Threads, on Twitter, on TikTok, on YouTube. We are there and we're here to help.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me on this episode. I'm truly honored, truly grateful, and continue success.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. Thank you, Dr. T.
Thank you, Dr. T.
We'll be back with another episode. Thank you for joining the Fanpreneur Family Roundtable. We'll be back with another episode.